I don't know if people really understand Bronny. He doesn't care. I actually cared a little bit when I came in. I wanted people to like me, and some of the things that people were saying about me, it kind of bothered me early on in my career. I let it get to me. Bronny doesn't give a He doesn't. Bronny plays, he works his tail off. When he's done, he goes home and plays his video game. He does not care about nobody. He doesn't even listen to that stuff. He's like the complete opposite of his dad. His dad will say something.
Yeah.
Bronny does not care. Like me personally, when I was coming up, I had no choice. I literally had no choice. I had to make it out. Like I had no choice. I had to make it out for me, my mom, my family. Bronny has all the choices in the world. So it's like a whole nother, people don't understand how hard that is and the commitment. For him to be coming out of heart surgery less than a year ago, for him to be able to be in the NBA, the kid he's special.
Are you serious, LeBron James? I mean, how out of touch can you be regarding the topic of your son, Bronny James? Seriously. Anyways, though, this is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about LeBron James clapping back about the constant criticisms surrounding Bronny James during an interview with Dave McMenamin. For context of who Dave McMenamin is, he is a bronzexual on ESPN that knows how to kiss ass to LeBron James. Bronny James, according to LeBron James, does not care about the criticisms surrounding his own game. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. Was LeBron James right or wrong to call out the haters of Bronny James? LeBron James was dead wrong in this instance. Look, I understand wanting to protect your son, but when your son is playing in a professional sports league, all criticisms is fair game. That's the reality of being a professional athlete. And I understand that Bronny James didn't earn a spot on an NBA roster. I know that he was given a spot on an NBA roster, but just because Bronny James was given an NBA roster spot doesn't mean that it was right whatsoever. You look at how Bronny James clearly does not deserve to be in the NBA. Matter of fact, Bronny James doesn't even belong in the G League. That's how bad Bronny James is as a player. When I look at Bronny James in the NBA, what do I think about? I think about how this is essentially a make-a-wish kid at the professional level. Bronny James is a boy amongst men, and you look at how Bronny James doesn't have that dog in him. He doesn't have that fight in him to produce big-time basketball like his dad, LeBron James. I know LeBron James isn't the GOAT, but damn it, LeBron James is a top 3 basketball player of all time. I know some people are going to criticize me for where I put him, but I say LeBron James is a top 3 player all time. And obviously, Bronny James does not have the skill set of his dad. Bronny James does not deserve to be in the NBA. You know how I know that? Because I looked up Bronny James stats the other day. Bronny James in college basketball averaged 4.8 points per game, 2.8 rebounds per game, and 2.1 assists per game in just 19.3 minutes of action per game. And Bronny James is not some physical freak that is going to grow out to be 7 foot tall and 300 pounds. It's not exactly like Bronny James is some bulldozer or some physical specimen. Bronny James is a 6'1" dude that is a regular tall guy. Bronny James doesn't have any special gifts given to him in the physicality world. And obviously, you look at the skill set of Bronny James and you're wondering, how in the hell did Bronny James get drafted into the NBA? And the answer to this question is rather simple. It's because of LeBron James. LeBron James got this boy drafted. And you look at how LeBron James essentially told his agent, Rich Paul, to threaten teams not to draft Bronny James. And you look at the fact how Bronny James clearly did not deserve to be in the NBA. In fact, Bronny James was not even the best player on his own team last season at USC. And it's not like USC was some stacked team. USC was one of the worst teams in college basketball last season. They didn't even qualify for March Madness, a tournament that allows 64 teams in there. So USC was not even a top 64 team, and for Bronny James to not even be a regular starter on a team that wasn't even close to making the March Madness tournament last year, that tells me Bronny James is not a good player whatsoever. I looked up the points per game for each player at USC, and Bronny James was ranked 8th on there. So that means Bronny James was the 8th best scorer at USC, and I've watched Bronny James play here and there. I've decided to watch some tapes of him. I wanted to see what he was good at, what he wasn't good at, and honestly, Bronny James is not really good at much of anything. The only thing that Bronny James is good at is giving effort on defense. But when you don't really have any other skill set, yeah, that's the bare minimum that anybody could expect from you, because Bronny James does not have a good mid-range game to work with. His paint game is not that good. His three-point shot is terrible. He can't make his free throws on a consistent basis. He's not a great passer of the basketball. When you watch Bronny James play, you're thinking this guy is probably going to be a poor man's Davion Mitchell, and that probably is a compliment, because I don't even think Bronny James is G League material, let alone NBA material. If his name was Michael Jones, this guy would not have even been drafted into the NBA. This guy would have had to stay in college basketball as a bench player the next 3 years. Bronny James is not some great basketball player that has a lot of potential. I know somebody else is going to say, oh, look at AJ Johnson, a first-round draft pick that had even worse stats than Bronny James. And you know what? I'm not a supporter of that move either. I don't think that move was absolutely right by the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the guy's an absolute scrub, and I think that was a stupid pick by the Milwaukee Bucks. But just because another team does something stupid, that doesn't mean Bronny James deserves to be in the NBA. His own teammate at USC, Boogie Ellis, was a much better player than Bronny James, and Boogie Ellis went undrafted. Matter of fact, Bronny James has not even played good in the Summer League. It's not exactly like Bronny James has come out in Summer League and balled. The guy has only played in one game because he decided to duck the second game because of a left knee injury. Apparently, it swelled so much that he couldn't even play in the game. Are you kidding me? If Bronny James didn't have his father's influence, I guarantee you that Bronny James would not have even made the G League roster on the Los Angeles Lakers. If he had told the team that he had knee swelling, they would have said, bye-bye, get out of my face. Who cares that you're hurt? You better find a way to toughen up or else we're going to cut you. But because his dad is LeBron James, oh, let me go ahead and play Bronny James on the roster, even though Bronny James is clearly not deserving of a roster spot in the NBA. Speaking of that, Bronny James got a $7.9 million contract over 4 years, which is very puzzling to me considering the fact that Bronny James was the 55th overall pick. The guy hadn't even played a game in the Summer League up until that point, and for him to get that much money while not even proving anything at that level, that is absolutely stupidity by the Lakers. But look, I'm not even going to blame LeBron James for all of this. You know who I'm going to blame for this? Jeanie Buss and the Los Angeles Lakers. Why are you allowing this behavior to happen on the Los Angeles Lakers? At this point, I might as well call this team the Los Angeles LeBrons. LeBron James is effectively the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is effectively the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is essentially the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and LeBron James is the player of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James controls everything on the LA Lakers, including hiring his buddy JJ Redick, who is less than qualified to be an NBA coach. Look, I'm not saying JJ Redick doesn't know X's and O's of the game, but it's clear to me that JJ Redick is not qualified to be an NBA coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. The guy doesn't have any experience whatsoever, and Lakers fans are expecting this guy to win a championship in year one. That is absolutely unfair on so many levels, but obviously LeBron James had to go ahead and hire his puppet in JJ Redick, and that's one of the issues that I have with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. It's the fact that they're letting this guy control the entire narrative and the entire organization. LeBron James has effectively held the Los Angeles Lakers hostage. That's why Bronny James now gets to play on the full-time roster of the Los Angeles Lakers. This guy gets a $7.9 million contract while never even proving anything in the Summer League whatsoever. I mean, I just don't like when guys get spots that they don't deserve whatsoever. I don't mind the nepotism if Bronny James was actually a decent player, but Bronny James is not even a decent player. There are YouTubers out there that could cook Bronny James one-on-one. TICKETtv, a YouTuber, could probably go ahead and beat Bronny James one-on-one right now. I guarantee you guys that if there was a one-on-one matchup in the basketball world between TICKETtv, a YouTuber that's in his 40s that used to play in EuroLeague basketball, and Bronny James, I guarantee you that TICKETtv will go ahead and beat Bronny James in that one-on-one, because Bronny James is not a skilled player whatsoever. Bronny James is a make-a-wish kid that made it to the NBA. because of his daddy, not because of his skill set. He hasn't been good at any level whatsoever. I know that somebody's going to say, oh, he was good at the high school level, but honestly, he wasn't even all that at the high school level, and he was a scrub in college, and now people want to tell me that this guy is going to be a decent player in the NBA. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't know what you're talking about whatsoever. So that is why LeBron James was wrong to call out the haters of Bronny James, as the criticisms of Bronny James is more than fair game to use. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustNashTran and that Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.